your periodic payment annuity business. The weighted average interest rate on these contracts is 4.1%, which doesn't sound particularly attractive given the current interest rate environment. Is the duration of these liabilities long enough to make that an attractive cost of funds, or were these contracts executed primarily when rates were higher?
Well, those contracts, these are what are called structured settlements primarily. And when somebody young has a terrible auto accident or whatever it may be, perhaps urged by the court, urged by family members who really do have the interest of the injured party at heart, or they may convert what could be a large sum settlement, probably against an insurance company, maybe $1 million, maybe $2 million, into periodic payments for the rest of the life of the injured party. And we issue those for other insurance companies. In fact, sometimes the court directs that Berkshire or hints strongly that Berkshire should be the one to issue those, because you're talking with somebody's life 30 or 40 or 50 years from now, and the court or the lawyer or the family may want to be very, very sure that whoever makes that promise is going to be around to keep it, and Berkshire has a preferred position in that. We look, to get to your question, Johnny, we look for taking the longer maturity situations. We always have, and we have to make assumptions about mortality, and we have to make assumptions, and then we have to decide at what interest rate we'll do it. The 4.1 is a mix of a lot of contracts over a lot of years, obviously. We write maybe 30 million of these, 20 to 30 million a week, looking for the long maturities. And so if you take an average of 15 years or something of the sort, that's how we come up with that sort of a figure. We adjust them to interest rates at all times. And when doing that, we're making an assumption that we're going to earn more money than is inherent in the cost of these structured settlements. It's a business I think we've got 6 or 7 billion up now, and we'll keep doing them. And incidentally, probably a significant percentage of the 6 or 7 billion we're not yet paying anything on. Somebody else may have the earlier payments. They're certainly weighted far out. So it's a business that we'll be in 10 or 20 years from now. We've got some natural advantage because people trust us more than any other company to make those payments. And the test is whether we earn over time a return above that which we're paying to the injured party. And that's a bet we're willing to make. But if interest rates continued at present levels for a long time, we would, assuming we kept the money in fixed income instruments, we'd have some loss in that. We've got an allowance in there for the expenses, incidentally, because we do make monthly payments to these people eventually. And we have to keep track of whether they're still alive or not, because you cannot count on the relatives of somebody that's deceased when a check is coming in every month to notify you promptly that the person has become deceased. But that number will go up over time. If interest rates stay where they are, that 4.1 will come down a little bit as we add new business.